Hello everyone, it's Brave here, and we're doing another video, and the title is should we turn the other cheek when some idiot's trying to provoke us on purpose, or should we make them regret it and go after them verbally? So I'm here with Pete, and we're both from the UK, so we're going to talk about it now. So what do you think, Pete, if you were on the internet, for example, and some total moron was just saying ridiculous things in your live stream about the content you're trying to put out, and you knew they were trolling you, would you ignore them? Would you try and be sarcastic, or would you, tear them a new one? What do you think?
Right, now, two different things here. If it's on my content, I'd just block them. I wouldn't care. But when I don't have the choice, because say it's on some other channel, then I can't help just jumping in. Because I think usually what it is in my head is I don't want other people to think they've got a point. If you know what I mean. I want to show everybody else that they're wrong, that person's wrong,
Okay, so you're petty, yeah?
Yeah, I'm very petty.
Okay, do you think this is a London thing, an English thing, a UK thing, or is this just you?
I don't know, probably a bit of an English thing, I don't know.
Do you think human beings in general are pretty petty, or no?
Yeah, I think so. I think generally. I think people wouldn't want to admit it most of the time, but I think people are. So it's things like sometimes I'm looking through YouTube videos and I spot something and I think I've just got to comment on that. I don't know why. I just
So what you're saying, you've got no self-control? Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes.
Lord.
What was it? It's when...
Wait, why can't you just live and let live? They think the earth is flat, so what? What do you care?
Okay, well, I don't know, with the people who think the earth is flat, that's just... I don't know what it is about that gets on my nerves. I think it's because... Well, partly I think they probably don't believe it themselves and they just want a reaction. And then, so part of me is thinking I shouldn't give in to that. But I think the problem I have is that there are stupid people out there who will then see those comments. Because also, they don't just say, oh, the earth's flat. They'll start listing out, they'll have a giant paragraph of all the reasons that the earth is flat. And it's like...
Really?
Oh yeah, it depends on where you go. Like some YouTube channels will have trolls who will come back to all of their videos.
Like these be educated trolls with like a whole like dissertation on it.
Oh yeah, they've got flat Earth science. They've got it's not science. It's like a religion essentially.
Oh wait, I'm joking. Trolls are not educated. You suck.
Yeah. So like sometimes you get this big paragraph of stuff and I look at it and I think, well, that's wrong. You've just made that up. That's wrong. That's definitely wrong, and that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And so then I think I've got to just respond to this because I don't want other people to come along and see that big long comment and think, oh, there's proof that the earth is flat.
Right.
I want to say no, because this isn't proof, because every single sentence of that is nonsense.
Right.
And I want to explain it. I don't know why. I don't know why I care.
Yeah.
But I do. And I find myself commenting on these people a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate. I cannot stand when stupid loser people in live streams who don't know you, never met you, you never want to meet them, you don't even want to talk to them in the live stream, but somehow everything you say, they have to jump on it. If you say hello, they're like, why are you saying hello and not hi? Like as stupid as that. You're having a conversation with someone else you get on with in the live and they're trying to chime in and derail the conversation. And you're like, well, sorry, no one was asking you. So I don't care what you think. And then they're like, well, I don't care what you think. And I'm like, well, I didn't ask you to care what I think, and then it becomes a whole thing where they're just begging for your attention through negative interactions. And as much as you try and ignore them, you could even block them from your view, and then they're fussing over how, oh my God, I can't see her comments. Yeah, because I don't want you to see my comments. I don't want to interact with you. You're dumb. You know, you're way down there. You're not on my level. So yeah, you don't even get to see my comments. And then it's just so pathetic how people behave. It's hilarious. Like I told you, how people would say, why don't you have a photo? And I'm like, well, you don't have a photo up. Do I care what your reasons are? I don't need any exes stalking me or seeing my photo all over the YouTube. I don't need it. But if I do choose to put a photo up, it's none of your business whether I put it up or not. And it's funny how there's hundreds of other people in this chat who don't have a photo, but you don't ask them anything. Like, you're being weird. You're trolling me for no reason. Like, get a life. You know. But like, yeah, I think I'm a person who, if you're nasty to me for no reason at all, I would definitely go after you verbally. I would definitely make you regret being disrespectful to me for no reason. And if you go low, I will go really low. You might do something so minor, and you might bring like a little pen knife, and I'll bring like a Tommy gun, like you know, like it won't make sense, but you don't know this at the time because you're dumb and you just thought, oh, I'm going to pick on this person, but you didn't realize that I'm not the 1, the 2, nor the 3. You don't get to pick on me and get away with it, and that's just facts. So they always get frightened when suddenly I come roaring back with very, very harsh criticism of them that they weren't expecting, and then they have to suddenly beg me to stop. Because I'm like, oh, you want to relentlessly troll? Oh, I can, you know, what's the word? Like, maximize that. You did a level 1. I'm gonna do a level 9,000. So you're dumb to pick on me because I'm not the one to play with, you know. So yeah, I definitely think, do not turn the other cheek. If anyone bothers you, make them regret it, and make sure that they think twice next time before they pick on someone. Because in my opinion, if you don't stand up for yourself and you don't make it clear that someone's rude behavior is not acceptable, they won't think twice when they keep jumping from live to live or comment section to comment section. But when they come across someone who flattens their pathetic, you know, weak troll behavior, then they will think twice, you know. Yeah, so what else do you think, Pete?
But what about the sort of people who enjoy that?
What, you mean they enjoy me ripping them a new one?
Yeah.
Well, then you're sick and pathetic, and I feel sorry for you. But you're not gonna like, I will still rip you a new one, and if you enjoy that, I feel sad for you that you're so dumb that is enjoyable to you. Like because I'm not ripping you a new one for your pleasure. I'm just like, you're saying to me that, oh, they won't regret it, they'll enjoy seeing you upset. Well, either way, I'm getting upset because I have anger issues. I'm not holding back once you cross that line with me. So, like, yes, in some cases, ignoring a person works, but in majority of the cases, they deserve a tongue lashing, you know, and it will get to them. They won't show you it got to them, but I know it got to them. Because I'm very good with my words. I don't have to hit you to hurt you. I'm very good with my words. And being an empath, I know exactly what your weakness is. And I wouldn't normally use it against you, but because you crossed the line, now I have to turn all your you know, negativity back on you. Not because I'm a bad person, but because you deserve to see what you are. I have to hold the mirror up to you. You know what I mean?
I don't think you've I don't think you've gone to the real dregs of the internet.
What do you mean?
Well, there are people out there who it doesn't matter what you say. They will find.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Because it's not possible for some of these people to keep going the way they do.
Wait, what do you mean? Can you be more clear?
Right. So let's say something stupid, and you come back and tell them that they're being stupid, and they just keep going. Then you start, you know, basically shouting at them, and they just laugh at you. So then you go on and on and on.
Yeah.
and you can just tell they're enjoying it. That's what they're there for. They want to humiliate you by making you react.
No, but if you're good at cussing people out, then they're going to look 2 inches tall by the time you finish with them. And it won't, that LOL will be a fake LOL.
Yeah. And then they'll say, you've really got, I can tell I've really affected you because of how far you've gone.
No, but it won't matter because I know I would have affected them. I would have got right to cut them to the bone, and I know it. So, yeah. Peter's smiling. What are you smiling at?
I don't think you've really gone against real trolls. Because they won't even, the thing is, right, they won't even really read what you said. So, with real, like, these are people who are, like, they have real mental problems, I think.
Right.
So, if you, like, cut them to the bone, like you say,
yeah,
they'll just look at that, like, they will just go, haha, that person's really got upset.
Right.
It won't actually affect them because things people say, because they're sociopaths, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, it's not even something I could control. Once you cross the line with me, I'm going to need to get that anger out. You know what I mean? Because you've now shook the soda bottle. I'm going to have to unleash that pressure. You've riled me up now. And so the tongue lashing is coming whether I want it or not, whether you want it or not, whether, you know, you're going to get the tongue lashing before I block you. You know, I mean, if I'm in a day where I'm really controlling myself, you'll just get blocked if I have the power to block you. But yeah, there's a lot of weak people who they have channels and they won't block the trolls because they want the likes and they want the monetization and they need the subs, and they're not willing to stand up to trolls. They would just allow them to say the most disgusting, vile, creepy, degenerate, deviant stuff in the chat, and they won't even get their mods to delete it. And you'll be like, what is wrong with these people? Like, why are the mods not even watching the chat? Like, when I was a mod, I was the best, strictest mod, but these weak people were like, oh, let them troll. Why do I have to let them troll? The whole point of a moderator is to stop them trolling, stupid, you know. So, like, yeah, it's pathetic to me that people are so lenient with negative behavior. In my opinion, this world is so lenient with negative behavior in this generation. I think the generation after, say, the people who are in their 40s and below, I think those, yeah, so people, I guess, born in the 80s and, I don't know, yeah, the 80s and after, their generations are so disrespectful in a way that is different to, like, say, our grandparents', you know, generation, our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. There was a lot more respect in society, I think. In certain ways, you were expected to behave a certain way, and most people adhered to that. Not saying there weren't problems, of course there were problems. I'm just saying that there wasn't social media, number one. And was there even television in our grandparents' or great-grandparents' time? So there was a lot more need to interact with other people. So you had to learn how to get along better. Do you get what I'm saying? It could save your life to get along better with your neighbours, your community, to be solid, to be close. And obviously, yes, there were things happening that, you know, weren't great. But, and what I mean by that is, like, yes, there was, you know, controlling behaviour in those societal times. You know, our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents had less freedom, I suppose, freedom of speech and freedom of action compared to us. But I think the respect, like when a man gave his word, it was important. You understand? Nowadays, people will tell you anything and they'll say, I swear on my mum, I swear on my kids. And they know they're lying. You know what I mean? But in like the older generations and way back in history, like chivalry and honor and bravery and keeping your word, those things mattered. And I wish they mattered now. Like, it really aggravates me that people don't have honor, they don't have decency, no integrity, no dignity. People are vile, people are just abusive, disgusting. Like they don't have any decency, and they're just Anyway, go ahead. I've been talking a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all that. I don't know. I'm not sure what else to
Are you
say.
a man of your word?
Yeah, I think so.
So when you make a promise, you keep it, do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
As far as I can.
that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then what about, so you're saying that to troll the trolls, you got to do what exactly?
Just ignore them and move on is really the best bet for most of them. But I mean,
You just said you don't ignore them.
well, exactly. Yeah.
You're
I'm
deceptive.
I'm not saying I take my own advice.
Oh my god. Well, what about practicing what you preach? That's not.
No.
Oh, that's not the order of the day.
No. Do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's do as I say, don't do as I do.
So the soup of the day is our enemy's tears. Basically, we're going to bring you to tears and troll the crap out of the trolls until we've had our fill, and then we're going to block them.
Yeah, that's the way forward.
Good. Okay. Fantastic. So, what else? Have you got anything else to say about social media and the way how it affects us as humans now compared to when there was no social media and, this weird ability for people to globally harass each other, like it's sick how I could, go on a live stream and someone from America is harassing me and I'm like, really? You're harassing me? We're not even in the same country. Like, why are you harassing me? And then it's like I just find that weird. I don't know why. It's like part of me is like, because we're in two different countries, why are you not curious about my country, or you're not asking me like, oh wow, you're from the UK, what's that like? You got no positiveness towards me. You're talking about you hate the English because back in 1700s George Washington fought King George the Third, and I'm like, sorry, was I there? Was that my fault? Why are you hating on me for that? Like, I find that really odd that has come up more than once when I've spoken in like live streams where there's a lot of Americans, and this is no offense to Americans, I'm not being rude about you guys. I'm just saying those particular people had a weird reaction to me. As soon as they knew I wasn't an American, it was like, oh, you're a red coat. We beat you. And I was like, okay, it wasn't me personally. What are you talking about? Yeah. So do you have anything more to add, Pete, about social media and how it is should be a gift, but it can be a curse?
No, I mean, the only social media I have any interaction with is YouTube really these days. I've really gone off everything. I've never used Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I just never found it interesting.
Yeah.
I used to use Tumblr a bit quite a while ago, but that's not really that interesting anymore. I was on Facebook for a while, and it's just full of old people posting old people memes now.
Oh. Who are you calling old? What age are you calling old?
No, old people, like, in their 40s.
People in their 40s are old now. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they won't want to hear that. Oh, well. Well, we're still young, so I guess they're old compared to us.
For a little bit, yeah.
Okay, and what else do you think about social media? Give us a bit of information of your view. Is it a gift? Is it a curse? Would the world survive without it? If like suddenly something happened and no one had the internet anymore, do you think people would freak out?
Well, the internet and social media are two different things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Social media is mostly pointless, I think. There's certain things where I think it's useful for like sharing news.
Yeah.
I think news spreads faster on social media than through normal media.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, I can't be bothered with any of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, people get something out of it, but
Yeah.
What is, what is it really? It's just
Yeah.
gossip generally about people you have no way of interacting with.
And another thing that I find really scary about the internet is the way how there are apps created for people to stalk other people way beyond like just going on their Facebook page or Instagram. Like there's people literally using apps to find your personal address where you and your kids live, to find your phone number. I mean, like, I think they call it docs or something in America. We don't, as far as I'm aware, in the UK, we don't do that as much here. Like, people would just maybe harass their people's social media accounts, but no one's, as far as I know, I mean, I can't speak for the whole country, but there hasn't been a lot of talk about, oh my God, people are doxing people and people are finding people's addresses and showing up at their addresses. Like, I mean, we did have a few issues where people were dumb enough to like say, oh, I want to fight you, like a group, they've all got social media accounts, or they're arguing over social media, and then they will say, well, drop a location and we'll come and fight you, and then that will turn into a knife fight and a tragedy, and some people might get hurt and not make it, and so that kind of thing is sadly quite prevalent in the UK in certain parts because of dumb people, not valuing life, not keeping themselves to themselves, going out of their way to be violent and, acting like gangs, and what they've seen in the past on TV or music videos, they're trying to mimic that in real life, like, so it's sad. But yeah, like I just don't get why people have abused this useful thing. Like you said, the internet is different to social media, like to have the internet there where you can search many different things and people can, post their, if they are working in a certain field, like, and they can post that, here's my location, here's the job I do, and here's my services, like useful stuff, and then you can find that at the click of a button, that's great. But then all the negative stuff is at the click of a button too, and it's just, that's why people call it a gift and a curse, because on one hand it's amazing that we can connect with the whole entire world through a little box in my hand, a little phone in my hand. It should be amazing, but at the same time it's getting out of control. People are not able to kind of, they don't know how to react when things aren't good. When things are great and you're talking to people and they connect with you well and it's going great, it's almost like lifting you up. You're getting a great reaction out of it. You're feeling very, like you're having fun. You're going in these live streams or you're talking to people online. But when it's negative, it can really pull your happiness down and pull your energy down, and then it's confusing you because they're not in the room with you, so you can turn off the device anytime, but you're being left with the lingering feeling of yuck, like, ugh, that was a horrible encounter, or ugh, I had multiple horrible encounters online and now I feel angry or sad or weird about it. You know what I mean? Obviously if people were in your face, that would be even worse, but it's kind of sad and scary how you can, your brain can have the same reaction to online bullying as it would as if a bully was in front of you. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Go on then. Talk on it more then.
I don't know. You were just talking about
No,
it.
but do you have that feeling, or can you brush it off? Are you a person who can brush it off and be like, whatever, and turn it off and not even think about it again? If someone was rude to you online, I mean.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really make a difference to me. Probably because I'm a troll as well.
How dare you? Yeah, but yeah. So that was one thing I was really shocked. I felt when I started going into live streams, because I genuinely didn't notice that people were going live in YouTube. I know it sounds silly, but I was always busy and I had a life, so I wasn't constantly living my life on social media. No offense to anyone else who is constantly on social media and it kind of becomes their life. I just really was only here and there watching a video. I love history, so I might watch a history thing, might watch a silly gossip thing, you know, talking about reality stars or whatever, and their messy self, and a lot of American stuff, you know, like where it's a lot of reality shows there. And I was just totally shocked when I did finally realize that, oh, I can go into this person's live and oh, they're responding to me. Oh, let me chat back and forward. And it was weird to me that, like, when someone would see me talking to the person in the live, and if the person complimented me or was nice to me, then it was like the rest of the chat got jealous that me and that person appeared to have a slight connection, or that person enjoyed something I said or laughed at something I said, or and they would literally jump on you like jealous siblings or a jealous ex-girlfriend. It was freaky. And I was like, okay, this is weird, but I'm gonna ignore it. And I didn't even know I could block people's block their comments from my view, or I would have been doing that from the start. So I was having to read these dumb comments attacking me for no reason, literally making stuff up about me and trying to turn the person against me, which I found really bizarre. And I was like, okay, this is childish and high schoolish, you know. And some of those people were like children posing as adults. That's another thing I think is creepy. Children, minors under, I say minors under 16 should not be allowed on the internet unsupervised, in my opinion. Like 16 should be the, I don't know, the lowest age that is unsupervised on the internet, in my opinion. Like some would say 18, but I think 16 is okay, but anything below age 16, that child should be supervised. And if you're a grown up paying the bill, why is that child just doing whatever it wants and you have no control over them when you are the one with the control? So I don't understand why there were like 9-year-olds in the live stream and the moderators won't get rid of them, or the owner of the channel won't get rid of them. What has a 9-year-old got to do with our adult conversation? Shouldn't be there. You know, it's weird. So yeah, I think the internet is a gift and a curse, and social media and the internet are two different things, because the internet has a ton of positives and social media is just one of the things on the internet that can be used for bad, but it can also be used for good, because yes, you can promote, you know, positive businesses or positive you know, I don't know, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Spreading news is another good thing it's good at.
yeah, and even raising money for people, you know, like sometimes someone might go on Twitter and say, hey, you know, this person's house burnt down, I've done a GoFundMe, would you mind going to the page? And even if you put $1, £1, can you do that? Like, that's a huge, amazing thing when someone can do that. If it's a genuine request and someone's struggling and a ton of people got together and said, hey, yeah, I'll help. You know, even if 100 people put $1, you know, that's something. So yeah, it's a weird world in conclusion. It's not going to change. And I do think if the internet somehow was like shut down even for like a month, say if there was a world crisis and no one could access the internet anywhere in the world, I think people would be jumping from buildings. I'm not going to lie. Like, people are so invested and addicted beyond a normal you know, beyond a normal need for the phone. Like, it's not just the phone, it's the internet in the phone, isn't it, really? Because they're not phoning people constantly more than they're on the internet, I don't think. It depends how much family you have or friends and how much you talk to them. But like, yeah, I think I'll do another video about how I think the world would react without the internet. And it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be like, hey, let's just read a book. Hey, let's go for a walk in nature. It would be like during the lockdown where people were freaking out that they couldn't just go and do what they wanted, even though they had the internet. You know, the internet never went away during lockdown, but people were like freaking out that they couldn't go down the road to the pub, or couldn't go and get a haircut, or couldn't go and, you know, I don't know. It's human beings' reactions now, very strange and very different to the generations before. And Whew, I don't know. Anyway, this is the end of this video. Thank you so much for listening, and if you like any of the content that you've heard on my channel, please like, share and subscribe. And if you don't like any of it, then you don't have to do anything. Okay, but thank you and God bless you, and have a good evening or morning or daytime, wherever you are in the world. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye.